Reverend Father Abraham, the Provincial of the Southwest Province of the MSFS, Reverend Father Armin, a great missionary, and like our Father Mukundotam, Reverend Father Benny Kutanal, the director of this reputed Center for Spirituality, Reverend Father Philip, the Dean, Reverend Father Tom, Reverend Father Anthony Mukundotam, Father George Pantamakal, my dear fathers, sisters, brothers, friends, well-wishers. First of all, I feel very humbled before the good words Father Benny told about me. May the Lord forgive him for the exaggerations, and may the Lord forgive me for enjoying them also. In front of these two great stalwarts, I have not accomplished anything of note, especially these great people, and they are here to listen to me itself. I consider it a great blessing. During the course of his homily, Father Abraham underlined the significance of this important year. The year of faith is going to commence in October. We are going to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the inauguration of Vatican II and 20th anniversary of the publication of Catechism of the Catholic Church, and then the great synod on new evangelization is also going to take place. In this year, this great institute, Indian Institute of Spirituality, celebrating Institute Day, concentrating on faith, concentrating on growing in faith and leading others to faith, concentrating not only on other human beings, but on the whole creation, concentrating on ex-core spirituality is really marvelous. I appreciate Father Benny, Father Philip, and the whole of MSFS who have also helped me to grow, not only by inviting me to teach their seminarians, but even to their fathers on a regular basis for the ongoing formation. Thanks to Father Henry, who is here, who has also been a great source of support and encouragement. A little boy was flying a kite. It was far above in the sky. The kite was so high that the clouds made it invisible. Another boy came here. What are you doing here? I am flying my kite. What? I don't see any kite up above. You are simply having a piece of thread and then doing like this. I don't believe you. The boy replied, I too don't see my kite. But from time to time, I feel my hand being pulled towards the sky. So I am still certain that my kite is flying. That is the experience of all believers. From time to time, the Lord will give you consolation, comfort, encouragement. Go, Abraham was told, and he went. Problems occur again and again. His nephew Lot separates from him. His generous attitude. If you go to the right, I go to the left. If you go to the left, I go to the right. Choose what you want. I will choose what you do not want. Only people who believe can say this. How many sisters, how many priests in our own congregations and dioceses tell the bishops and the major superiors, Bishop, Sister Provincial, please send me to a community where nobody wants to go. Believers are supposed to choose what others do not want. That is the meaning of faith, my dear brothers and sisters. Such strength will come Only when you believe. Even the law of the church, explaining the vow of obedience, very clearly says, obedience is for people who believe. Otherwise you cannot believe. Otherwise, when they promise obedience, you have to say, Father, forgive them, they do not know what they are doing. What they are doing. Obedience is for people who believe. And as you know, in that incident also, Lord chooses the best part, apparently the best part. Abraham is all alone. There is the renewal of the promise to Abraham once again. Time and again, the Lord encounters them. Even in his last experience of being called to offer his only son. How piercing it was for Abraham. Your son, if he had asked something else, it would have been better. Your only son, if there were many sons, it would have been tolerable at least. Your only son whom you love. Word after word, it is so much piercing for Abraham. And then the end is always, the Lord once again renews his promise. Just we celebrated the feast of the birthday of our mother. Blessed are you who believed, the greatest believer, the mother of faith, tells us that believers can really do something. It is not enough, my dear brothers and sisters, to say that we believe. Speaking about Mary, the gospel tells us, Mary conceived and gave birth. As you know, the great Augustine said, conception takes place first in the heart, then only in the womb. We all here can conceive. What is our conception? Listening to the word of God. Our moments of prayer, recollection. These are moments of our conception. So many people conceive, spend time in prayer, read the word of God. But then, many do not give birth, they abort. There is also a kind of moral abortion by so many so-called religious and consecrated persons. They don't give birth. What is giving birth? Giving birth is our life of exemplary conduct. Serving, going out, being compassionate, being considerate to people. That is giving birth. Young and old can conceive. Men and women can conceive. All can conceive. But all need to give birth. There are others who will say, I give birth, work is my worship. Like test tube babies outside. They don't want to conceive. Their philosophy is work is worship. They are building their own towers of Babel and come to nothing. My dear brothers and sisters, the Lord asks us to believe. Believe all the more because basically my own little catechism tells me God is all powerful, God is all good. People are not powerful. People are not all the time good. The only person on whom you rely on is the one who is all powerful and all good. On this day, especially when you want to have echo spirituality, when you want to think about it, what is the reason for all the evils against the environment? Man forgets that he is called to be a steward of the creation. Ruling, real power is consideration for others, not imposing your will on others. We all tell little children what they have to do when they are children. In the kindergarten, the same thing should be applicable also when we make use of, as believers, the created earth. What the little children in LKG are told, share everything. There is enough for man's need, but not enough for man's greed. Little children are told, share everything. As people become old, they don't want to share anything. They want to be grabbing, play fair. Another thing that the kindergarten children are told, the elders need to be reminded, you also